I mean, I'd like to just put my head in that bowl. I'm winging it here.
Life problems. Guess who has life problems? I'm thinking through life.
All right, friends, you won't believe this. I want to say 12 months in the making. I think 12 weeks in the making. I don't know. I had this idea to do a bunch of big batch pizzas, and we've been talking about it for months. And today, really stick with me, this is going down. Now, I have done a lot of big batch pizzas over the years. Usually I go as far as making the dough homemade, many times in bread machines. These are not bread machines. Hey, there's a slow cooker with 12 pounds of sweet potatoes. Surprise, surprise. Anywho, many times I have done my homemade pizza dough. Actually, I think I've always done my homemade pizza dough in the bread machine, except there may have been a time or two I used the smaller KitchenAid. Anyway, we got the 12-quart Hobart now. So here's what I think we're gonna do. Stick with me. Will we make 4 pizzas or will we make 24 pizzas? Your guess is as good as mine, but we're doing the thing. I'm going to take my homemade pizza dough recipe in the bread machine, and I'm going to do a ×4 batch in the Hobart. That's 12 cups of flour. I think she can handle it. Her name is Hope. You all named her for me. Hope the Hobart from Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, have I got this dough hook off yet? No. Okay, anyway, that's okay though. Don't worry about that. It is down. Okay, let's get making homemade pizza and see how this works out. I think last time I seriously thought this was happening was before my good friend ended up in the hospital and I was with them for like 15 days. And at some point coming and going, I don't know, it's all a vortex, you tell me. I ordered these just round cardboard pizza shaped cutouts from Amazon. How many is in here? Is it 15? Is it 20? 15, okay. So I got 30. Now in the past, when I have froze my pizza dough, of course, I made it homemade. I do anywhere from 4 to 12 pizzas at a time, and then I just wrap and freeze that ball of dough. And then, hey, when we need homemade pizza, I would take out 2 to 4 of those pizza doughs from the freezer, defrost them in the refrigerator, and then we would make, many times we just do like the larger sheet pan pizzas. But it has been a bit, I don't know, in the past 2 years since my whole universe has changed, and now I am in another universe apparently. Don't know if I've made homemade pizza over these last 2 years, but that's okay, because like anything, you just jump back in and make it again. So my goal is, step 1, I am getting this recipe worked out, and I'm going to have homemade pizza for dinner tonight for my folks. That'll be amazing. My teen boys the other day shredded, let's see, it was a 12-pound log of cheese from Sharp Shopper, as we do. They shredded 6 pounds of it. Each of them took about 3 pounds. And then the other half of it, we still need to do deli sliced cheese with, but that's okay. We have some shredded cheese to start. And I also want to do a homemade pizza sauce to go on this. And that'll be dinner tonight. And then we will continue on with the big batch pizzas for the freezer. I saw Amy, I think you say it Marion, okay? We know Amy. I saw Amy 8 years ago maybe make full-size pizzas like I get, like the Great Value ones I get that saved my life. I saw her make those and freeze them. And so it's always been in my head, that would be really cool when I do homemade dough to just do the next step, you know, roll it out, put the toppings on it, wrap it and freeze it that way. So I want to do some of that. And I want to do some of just getting, will I get enough pizza in the freezer for the summer? I'm excited, but your guess is as good as mine, so let's see how this all works out. All right, so basic whiteboard list here, okay. I'm going to do ×4 batch pizza for dinner tonight. I mean, we make probably 4 of those 4 to 6 of the Walmart pizzas. Many times there's a little bit, like probably 1.5 to 2 of those left. And then #teenagers, people heat it up for breakfast the next day. So I'm thinking and times 4 batch homemade pizza for pizza tonight is good. We need homemade pizza sauce. And if I had it, you know, different times I'm stocked up on different things. If I had pizza sauce already in my pantry, I would use that. But we have, you know what we have? Those big, like 105-ounce cans of organic tomato sauce. It's just plain tomato sauce. We're gonna add some seasonings to it. We got that from Sharp Shopper, just waiting to fulfill its purpose. So we've got that. Let's see, what else? Well, then I just want pizza dough for the freezer. I may be hitting this project some today, some tomorrow. And Jamerrill had to get these big cooking videos done. We do it as we can. So pizza dough for the freezer. And then I want full pizzas for the freezer. Oh, and it's coming back to me. I was gonna do calzones last time too. Okay, because once I have the dough, Okay, we're doing it, we are warmed up. I'm eating an apple and minding my business. Okay, we're going to math for a minute, okay? Just looking at my bread machine recipe, which bread machines are nice because for the most part, it's been a bit since I have really used mine actively, but at my farmhouse, I had my bread machine that would be going most days, and then at the forest house I got 2 bread machines going, and even here when I had the baby kitchen we did a lot of bread machines, but been a little bit, that's okay. Not doing the bread machine for this, but I will link it for you. I will link my bread machine pizza dough recipe. Okay, so got our warm water, and this is just a basic pizza dough recipe. You can add other seasonings to it, which I'll get into. Warm water, olive oil, whatever oil you have. Let's see. And actually this, when I link you my pizza dough recipe, in this one I was using whole wheat flour, and that was 3 cups of flour. If you're using all purpose, it's 4. Additional seasoning ideas: garlic, rosemary, thyme, oregano, basil, onion, garlic powder, you know, any of those. Okay, popcorn going on behind me because of course it's my house. So this is my ×4 batch recipe I just worked out. Hey, let's see how it goes. 6 cups of warm water. We're gonna put the active dry yeast in that, let that sit for about 10 minutes. We're also gonna add in olive oil. That's 3/4 of a cup, half a cup of sugar, 4 teaspoons of salt, 12 cups of flour. Ends up being 3 tablespoons of dry active yeast. I'm gonna do a tablespoon because I'm a tablespoon kind of lady. Tablespoon each of garlic, rosemary, thyme, oregano, basil, and some onion powder as well. Victorious. All right, so because I am who I am, my water was definitely way more than 105 to 110 degrees, so I'm just letting that sit for a few minutes. I just got 3/4 of a cup of olive oil here. And what else can I do? Just trying to prep what I can. Okay, let's see here. And reusing 1 measuring cup is nice, but I got some time now to pretend like this is a cooking show. The cooking show that isn't, right? And I can get some things ready. And while we have a few minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and just get this 12 cups of flour into another bowl, and then we'll be able to dump it right into the Hobart. We're not supposed to scoop the flour, right? That's right. Okay, hold on. Can I use that? Yes. Let me get a spoon. Let me behave. This is me trying to behave. It's hard. It's very hard, but somehow this woman will behave. I'm gonna have to do tally marks though. Okay. Part of me behaving. Better than me repeating the number in my head over and over and over again. And good friends, I am so excited to officially announce to you, yes, we are, what are we doing? Ringing the gong, banging the pots and pans, shaking the pom-poms, because my very special, over 5 years now running, large family table community membership for a limited time, I'm throwing the doors open to LFTC for only $14.97 a month. I know, what in the world? With my exclusive paid membership community, you get mega and lots from me. You get exclusive videos, chatty live calls. I'll do live cooking pop-ups. I have special Ninja Mom guest experts that come in and brand new paid products every month, plus a ton of challenges and bonus content, plus so mega much more. So the 2 members only exclusive video experiences every month, it can be kitchen and big batch cooking adventures. I've also shared vlog style mama life content. I'll do exclusive member only Q&As, live cooking pop-ups, other live streams, and so much fun. Every month brings something different, but it's always packed with practical value, a ton of encouragement, and lots of real life connection. Now the Ninja Mom guest experts, those are power pack sessions with other real life mamas. We've got everything from homeschooling, home cooking, homesteading, budgeting, even running businesses from home, and so much more. I do a chatty end of month live call where we get our tea and we do our chatting. There's a brand new included product every month in membership. This is everything from meal plans, freezer cooking guides, baking guides, and so much more. There's also a special LFTC members Facebook group. There's community games, challenges, and prizes. And there's also extra fun behind the scenes content. Okay, victorious, 12 cups. You and the whiteboard help keep me straight. Jackpot, pizza seasoning from Azure. Okay, so I was gonna do all those different, I'd like to just put my head in that bowl. Boy, this smells good. It looks like it also probably has some red pepper flakes in it, which is delicious. So I was gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tablespoons. I think I'll do 1/4 of a cup. I'm winging it here. Let's just do 1/4 of a cup, okay? See? Switch up. Okay, raise it up. Raise your glass to freedom, right? Okay. So that's what we're looking like at the moment. And then, it is alive. Goes with me when I get into the project, when I enter the zone, all the ideas come and the inspiration and the workflow. That's why folks ask me, especially my YouTuber Extraordinaire course, if I script out my videos. I have a general idea. I've done this for a decade. I jump in and then I'm like, okay, I see how this is going. I have a little over an hour left of cooking time. This is going to mix. We'll let this proof, then we're gonna get pizzas going in the oven for tonight. But I can see now that we just completed this workflow, I'm going to get things reloaded, okay? I think, okay, I'm getting inspired to do more pizza dough, but I still need to do the homemade sauce. That's not gonna take that much though. Well, what can we do? This is like my motto for all of life. What can I do? What things in front of me do I have a choice about, and can I can I do? I can at least do one more batch. I have everything out. I have the stuff missing. Let's go from there. If I got a couple batches mixed up and then just put them in the refrigerator and we make those into homemade pizzas tomorrow, that could be a whole thing. Will it go that way? No idea, but we're gonna find out. Victorious. You know, we like to juggle things around, right? Well, I am glad that we've been marking the flour because 3 cups in and now I'm doing other things. That's okay. We're being productive. We're moving forward. Look, dough, things happening. I'm gonna need to put that in a bigger bowl. I don't know what I was thinking there. Okay, I do need the yeast. Did have one of my people who look like me pick me up 3 of those big Sharp Shopper tomato sauce cans. Don't know what I'm doing there with that, but we will wing it as we do, and it will all work out or pretty close to work out. So that's good. I'm gonna need to put a little clip on that. I heated my water for a little less. Got the right temperature the first time. Okay, let me put a clip on that yeast. A bear clip. Step 17, apply a bear clip to your large container of yeast. I should date this back too first. See how long it takes to use that. Okay, there's the rest of our water. And I spilled some. And I'm spilling more, but I'm a little over full there anyway. I wonder if I did that the first time. You know, but I don't. It's okay. Okay, good. Assembly line situation, I'm starting to feel that. This is good. Getting set up again. Refilled our flour. Did it. Refill this last little bit. I will say, some of my folks just came through the kitchen from being outside and they were like, what is that smell? It smells so good. Also, please don't be sourdough pizza. I've got some anti-sourdough pizza folks. I'm like, it's not sourdough. just regular homemade pizza, but that spice does, I almost said sound delicious, smell delicious. Okay, so I think what's happening, making this up as I go, as we do, well, I've got to get that pizza dough. It's about to bust out of the container. I put it in. This is gonna go for about 10 minutes. I think I will have time to get a third batch going and rising. And that's an accomplishment. And again, thank goodness for the whiteboard, because even when I stop this afternoon, I will know where I need to start tomorrow. And it's coming out the top. All right, so again, I was hopeful I was making homemade pizza like to actually eat tonight. It's just not happening, but homemade dough is happening, so that is great. So these will rise on the island, and then they will go in a refrigerator, and they will meet more of their destiny tomorrow. Hey, look, we meal prepped. Just like it a little more. Okay, almost done with that second batch. We are getting a third batch going. Okay, also, while our pizza party continues, I had our sharp chopper sauce brought up. We've got 3 of them here, and I'm just leaving my little workstation. Here's our third one. Here we go. We'll decide tomorrow. Our soul will tell us how many. And so here's everything that I'm leaving set out for this evening. Our other utensils will just be washed tonight. I'm gonna get this batch now dumped in a container where it can grow. These aren't the prettiest, but they've been through a lot. I just rebuy them every couple years. I think this is like my first. I'm trying to see how many cups it says on there. 40 cups. Anyway, my first big batch size containers 20 years ago were these Rubbermaid ones, and I stand behind them because I melt them. I do all kinds of things apparently, but I've been through a lot of them, so they know what life with me is like. Okay, so I know how to get this directly off now. If I don't film the start of it, smooth. You'd never know though. That's okay. Okay. I don't have my scraper. Let's see if I can use it. Okay, look, we meal prepped. All right, so here's how our first batch is looking. I don't know, this might grow out of that container too. Oh well. Well, good morning in all my glory, but we got coffee. Things are happening. So, I have appointments out today. Wasn't really sure in what time blocks today I would get back to the pizza, but I thought I don't have to leave for about an hour. You know what I could do? I could probably get 2 more ×4 batches. Probably get the equivalent of 8 pizzas going and rising on the counter while I'm gone today. And we already have the 2 ×4 batches yesterday in the refrigerator. That gives us enough for 16 pizzas. So that's my goal for this morning. You know, my goals are well, we do get them done a good bit of the time. So that's pretty good. So let's just see if we can get this going again while I caffeinate. I am going to get my little flour tally marks off from yesterday, just because we can. And so, yeah, I just decided to go for it on this morning. I think it's not quite 7 a.m. at this point, but I was like, everything's out. I got everything warmed up the day before. And so if I can just get these batches going again while I'm drinking my coffee before I head out to morning appointments, we can do this. It seemed like a really good use of time. And I was thankful in the coming days whenever we get to actually processing the chaos cooking big pizza batches that indeed I had run the Hobart mixer at different times when I could. Now I do, notes from the future, I do run into problems with my dough, so don't copy my recipe yet, okay? We are going to perfect this big batch recipe. Oh yes, we are. And one of my good friends told me if I would have just scooped my flour instead of spooning it in, I might have had the right flour consistency. We're gonna go through it. I mean, this is what recipe develop. This is how it goes sometimes, you know? You just take one recipe that has worked well in the past and you try to manipulate it, you know, multiply it, times 4, times 16 it, and something goes wrong somewhere. I also spent 5 days working on this video in different little time chunks here and there, and I figured you all would appreciate the fumbling around and the other adventures. And we do end up with really awesome pizza, really awesome calzone, lots of dough in the freezer, lots of future pizzas. I mean, we are doing the thing, but it ain't pretty. And then I feel like I'm driving a car. Then I put it in second gear. All right, so this batch is almost done. Few minutes left on that. I've been doing it on the first speed for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then I do it on the second speed for up to 10. Seemed to work well with yesterday's batches. We've got another 12 cups of flours waiting. We got our 3/4 of a cup of oil, our pizza seasoning from Azure. I still need, we could take pizza to the beach. That's what I'm hearing. That's a lovely idea. Salt. I still need to measure out my salt last. And what else? What else? We got, yeah, got the sugar too. So, got our second batch for this morning, 4th batch total so far for this project, where, of course, in this universe with Talking Hand, 4 batches is about 16 pizzas. All right. Before I leave for my morning appointment, I, fingers crossed, think I can get one more batch going. All right, so I have to leave for my first of several appointments today. Somehow here in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to get this next batch working in the mixer while I run and get my clothes on. I also have a toddler up he is saying he's making his pizza dough in the other sink, which is cute. He's filling measuring cups. So I'm getting this second batch going. We're multitasking, but we are getting it done. Guess who made a times 16 batch of pizza dough? This ain't all of it. You know who, me. We got 3 bowls here. So, something ain't right with the dough. Yeah, life problems. Guess who has life problems? That would be me. Hi, I have the life problems. So you know, we've been tackling the project over the last few days of making the dough. I was super hopeful because in my recipe development Rolodex here in my brain, I really thought I had switched out that bread machine recipe with all-purpose flour many times, and when I would use 3 cups of whole wheat flour, I did 4 cups of all-purpose flour, but I times 4 the batch, and I did that multiple times. So anyway, it doesn't matter. We need some more flour in this. I think we can save it, and I think by the end of this video, we'll have a workable recipe. This is just test kitchen stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 3/4 of this into our 12-quart Hobart, and we're gonna just start adding in a cup of flour at a time and eyeball it. I'm gonna also phone a friend. We're gonna pull this through. Now I think what will happen is we're gonna end up with more pizza dough, and then before I get preparing all the batches, we need to bake some. We need to make our homemade pizza sauce. There's several things that are happening, but step 1, let's try to save our dough. So yeah, thank goodness for phoning a friend. I just had her on FaceTime with me. I had my phone kind of sitting up against my refrigerator there, and yeah, she's just talking me through it. She's my good friend that has a 10-quart Hobart, and she has used many of my recipes in her Hobart, and everything has worked out really well. She loves my dinner roll recipe and some of my other frugal from scratch baking recipes, and somehow it all works out for her. Also, great fashion statement, aprons. Anyway, positive note, things are happening. I'm gonna let this go for like another 2 minutes. We've added a lot of flour. It's so great. So I'm gonna get this going in another bowl while I work through saving the other dough. We're gonna have an outfit change. You know, it can only get better from here. And so yeah, exploding flour, I mean, that wasn't great, but that's okay. It's all part of the process. And no worries, the flour rinsed off my little skirt shorts there, and that was that. That's just part of this kitchen chaos cooking adventures that we have going on here. And we are just continuing to make it through. I am eyeballing the flour. I cannot tell you how much I added. I did need to get into my 50-pound bag of flour, of white all-purpose flour that I got from Sharp Shopper, and refill my flour tub with that. And now I am starting to make the homemade pizza sauce. So I am adding all 3 of our large organic tomato sauce cans from that batch we got from Sharp Shopper. And the other day when I was in Sharp Shopper, there was only 3 left. I left them there, but I was like, oh, I love this tomato sauce deal. It has made up for my lack of tomato canning. All right, so I know things probably don't look great, but they're actually pretty okay. I mean, I need an outfit change, but who cares, because we're progressing in the pizza project that I dreamed up. It is happening. There are issues, and we are working through the issues of persevering. All life metaphors can be found in this pizza project. So, good news is I'm going to get this next batch of dough. I've got one more wet batch, and we are going to get that going in the mixer. And I'm gonna start doing sheet pan pizza. So I think the first batch of dough we went to salvage, it looks pizza doughish now. And we're gonna go for it. And I've got pizza sauce on the stove top. We have our shredded cheese, we have pepperoni. What else do we need for pizza, right? It'll be good. I'm gonna do my half-size sheet pans. Yeah, I'm proud of us for doing it, right? Life gives us lemons and we still keep making pizza dough. All right, so this will sit over here and like it. So I've got the ovens preheating. Again, the sauce is on low. That can even be done from cold. We've busted into the new bag of flour. We have a nice wet bowl of dough there. And my good friend who found me my Hobart, who is already a large family Hobart mama, she is going, we're gonna FaceTime and she's gonna help me with my dough hook situation. So that will be good. Well, not now, not now. I'm too deep into this now. But I have been picking away. We, you, me, New Zealand, all of us, we have been picking away at this project over the last several days while I get other things done. So that is good. We are being productive and victorious. And productive, victorious is my favorite. So eyeball some flour in here. I'm just gonna start with 4 haphazard cups. So that's the next step to saving to wet pizza dough. Throw 4 haphazard cups in and throw the mixer on a couple minutes and see what happens. I do want to scrape this last little bit of wet dough in there too. Professional bakers, cover your eyes, okay? And also, friends, when you click the first link in the description below and head to largefamilytable.com/community and join my exclusive Large Family Table community for only $14.97 a month, you also unlock and get full access to my over 5 years of content vault. I launched the Large Family Table community in January 2020, and that means January 2020 all the way to now 2025. There are over 85 Ninja Mom expert videos. We've got videos on canning, on chicken care, on freezer meals, a variety of different ways, on organization, on decluttering, on so many topics. There's over 80 included special paid products that all sell for $14.97 or higher over at shop.largefamilytable.com. Also, you get access to over 140 exclusive cooking and mama life videos with yours truly. There's over 76 chatty live call replays, and there's over 100 pieces of bonus content, which includes encouragement, printables, extras, so much more. So it's hundreds of hours of past encouragement, teaching, resources, kitchen inspiration, and you get access to all of that day one. Plus, each month you get brand new 2 exclusive video experiences with me. You get Ninja Mom expert teaching on so many different topics. You get our long-standing over 5-year tradition of a chatty end of month live call for members only. You can also submit your members only questions, and we just chat about all the things. There's also the brand new included paid product every month, which again has meal plans, freezer cooking guides, baking guides, straight to your membership, and that's an incredible value. There's the special Large Family Table community Facebook group. There's extra community games, challenges, and prizes. Lots of behind the scenes content and bonuses, and so much more. So join me in the Large Family Table community. It's like I'm cheerleading an ongoing course that doesn't end. $14.97 a month. First link in the description below. Yay. Well, hi. Is it day 4 of the pizza project? I think we're running on day 4. Day 4, 4 days, 7 outfits, something like that. So it has to end. I was joking with a friend earlier, like today's the day, okay? Good idea, accomplishing things, getting it done, mishaps, adventures, all of that. Here's what we're gonna do in our, I don't know, hour and a half that I have left to work on this project today. I want to start a different project tomorrow, and I don't want it to have anything to do with pizza dough. Okay, so I want to do a couple test calzones From there, we're going by inspiration. Either I would have then done calzones and feel accomplished with that. I've done, you know, little like hot pockets and lunch pockets and stuff, but we're gonna do a little bit bigger calzone situations here. Those go well. I could keep the assembly line going and do some for the freezer and then take the rest of this dough free. I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's get going. Let's set a timer for 90 minutes and go. That's all I got. That's all we can do. Get going. But the dough from the fridge looks good. Looks good. We have a lot of dough to work with. But again, as we do, we're doing it. Look at us, we're doing it. And so I have the pepperoni and I have the salami slices, which again, my folks are all about the pepperoni and the salami. So every time I go to Sharp Shopper and I see those deals, they've got them in the freezer right now, I get several more packs. Can't be beat. I think it's $1.49 a pack and they're like the charcuterie board sizes. Anyway, love them. And rolling out this calzone dough, this first batch of dough felt pretty good. And thank you all of my professional bakers that are watching, because I know I am inflicting pain and suffering upon you, but I appreciate your support. So this dough's rolling out pretty well. Again, you're not going to see nothing perfect or proper over here, but I'm trying to not overfill these calzones. So I just do 2 spoonfuls of our homemade pizza sauce. I do a handful, which as we know, a Jamerrill handful of cheese is a cup of cheese around the world, right? And then I'm layering in pepperoni and salami, and then I'm tucking the edges down and pinching them. Now I will do like 2 little slits with a butter knife on top of all of these, but you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Also, I cannot keep a brush, like an oil brush, in my kitchen for anything. That is a hot commodity. My little detectives find those kitchen tools and they are gone, and they'll be in the mud, they'll be in a Power Wheels Jeep. They are used. So I'm just using my hand to rub olive oil over top of these calzones, and it's all working out. And I'm dividing down each of these batches of dough, and I'm just rolling it out pretty good, getting it on the sheet pan. And of course, we put our little crinkled parchment paper that y'all taught me how to do. And hey, I mean, that looks delicious and it smells delicious, and success. They bake up beautifully. They absolutely do. Like we are doing this thing. And so I just roll my dough out the best I can, and then I get it onto my baking sheet, and then we fill them and go from there. And I can see doing a variety of yummy pizza toppings to insert into these calzones, but I can report from the future that absolutely no one had any complaints. Everyone said it was delicious. Several people told me it smelled like Domino's, which is pretty good, because as a single mom with 57 children, haha, there's sometimes I also order some Domino's. And so we know what Domino's smells like around here, you know. This is what life looks like. So mom will make pizza dough. Now we are at least going to have homemade pizza dough in the freezer as well. All right, so that is 8 in the oven. 8 is great. We could chop a watermelon. That's probably dinner. I'm not going to eat one. That is sadness, but it's okay. It's what we're doing. So I think for the next, so that top one has like 2 minutes left. I'm moving those around. I'm thinking through life. I'm just going to keep making these since I got my assembly line set up. And so yes, we're just trucking now. I'm doing it. I only had about 45 minutes at this point to do what I could on this project, and I just needed to bring this pizza project to an end. I believe this is day 5. So I was needing to bring the pizza project to the end, and I just decided at this point to be happy with what I did get done. I got the dough done for about 16 pizzas. Now this next batch of dough probably had a little too much flour in it. I had to work with it some. It was not as stretchy, just not as stretchy, but the calzones that come from it were absolutely delicious. And by my test kitchen kids, you know, no complaints whatsoever. I'm just noting to you that I could tell that this batch of dough was a little different. And I do have some of my dough that, you know, we popped a little hole in it there, and I just keep smoothing it down every time I see it, but we're definitely working with it. So my vision for this big project was that, yeah, I was gonna get like 12 at least, you know, fully done circle pizzas into the freezer using the cardboard bottoms that we had, and then I was going to make my family a couple sheet pan pizzas one night, and then for bonus points, if I could, I was going to do some calzones. So tallying up, well, what did we actually get done? Well, I did 3 huge sheet pan pizzas, and those were devoured. And we end up doing over 20 calzones. So we had enough for dinner this night. Hey, look, we meal prepped. Actually, lunch and dinner the following day. Again, with the watermelon and some fruit and other, basically, there's always tons of side items here. But the actual calzones, you know, I did that. Did I do circle-shaped pizzas? No. But I do get 8 to 12 balls of pizza dough, also divided down, wrapped up, and frozen. So that's a dozen pizzas in our future. Now, what's not fantastic about that is, of course, the dough has to be defrosted and then rolled out and put on a sheet pan. Those will be sheet pan pizzas. Circle pizzas, I'm like, why do a circle when I can do a big rectangle, right? I guess rectangles are my favorite shape. So in the future, I will defrost that dough just like we've done for years and years and years and make pizzas fresh the day we need them. What's fantastic about that is the dough is done. So I do have a dozen pizzas. Now, when life gets jammed up, which, hello, multiple times a week, it may not be convenient to roll out the pizza and make it that night. I still have my Great Value pizza on tap, or my Domino's call, you know, if I really get in a jam, haha. But that's okay. It took 5 days of just hitting this project in time blocks here and there. I'm trying to think of how many hours. I probably spent about 6 hours on this project over 5 days. Some cooking videos, it'll be an 8-hour day, and it's a huge project start to finish. And people will ask how I'm able to do that all the time. Well, reality is I don't do that all the time. I plan for it often. It's on my calendar often, but those actual big like cooking days are few and far between. That's why they're important, because they definitely help me. And having a dozen pizza doughs ready to go in my freezer, it will help me. And you will see in my large family meals of the week videos, just like the other times when we've done it, there's going to be days I set one of those out to defrost, and 2 or 3 days later, we will roll it out. We will do the toppings, we will get them on a sheet pan, and we will do sheet pan pizzas. What am I going to do with those cardboard circles? Well, people have already tried to take them for craft projects. I'm like, no, I ordered those. Maybe we'll get to that. I mean, this pizza dough recipe, it tastes fantastic. What's about to come out of my mouth is it's not fantastic. It's not fantastic in how it went, with adding the flour and, you know, just all the cooking chaos drama that I ended up having in this kitchen over this 5 days with this pizza dough. That's not fantastic, but the actual finished product tastes fantastic. And, you know, my 10-year-old, he ate a calzone and he was like, oh, I wish this had just a little more filling. And then my 14-year-old ate a calzone and he was like, no, this is perfection. And my almost 22-year-old ate a calzone and he's like, yeah, no, I think this is just right. And my whole family knows that if anyone was going to overfill a calzone, it would be this lady right here. If anything is going to get overfilled, you know, I'm it. I'm your girl. I'm going to do that. So we handled this business pretty well, and I'm proud of us. And so it might be a couple months until we get back to working on this recipe some more. Probably what I need to do is I need to just do a ×1 batch in the mixer, and then we need to mega the math from there and expand it. You know, I have confidence in some areas I probably shouldn't have confidence, because I've had so many times of, you know, ×3, ×4, ×8 a recipe, and all drains lead to the ocean. It works out fantastic. And then I have times where something goes wrong somewhere. And honestly, it could have been my water measuring earlier on. I noticed on the second day, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm actually above the 4 cups on this. So who knows? But right now I am making absolutely delicious homemade calzones. who are we? We're doing things, and they baked up beautiful, and yeah, just everything was totally delicious with all of it. Alrighty, so I'm going to cut into one of these. Smell delicious. I'll show you all the insides. And then, like I say, we will have watermelon calzones, that sounds good, for dinner. Trying to cut it gently. Good things. Very, very delicious things. Smells so good. Okay, yeah, no one's gonna complain about this. And we have pizza sauce that they can also heat up and dip this in. Delicious. So thank you so much, friends, for your support and your encouragement. Thank you for listening to me share about how we're going to make a ton of homemade pizza dough for the freezer. For like 3 months now, you've listened to me share my idea of having a big, dedicated, big batch pizza cooking time. And we did the thing. Did it go how I thought it would go? No, but did we get a lot done? We did. And we have the equivalent of at least the dough for 12 pizzas in the freezer. My folks enjoyed 2 nights of tons of calzones. My folks also had a night of homemade sheet pan pizza. All of these are great things. We will be using this pizza dough throughout the summer. Will it be gone in 4 weeks or 12 weeks? Your guess is as good as mine. I know it is a hot commodity around here. I love that my folks absolutely love Mama's homemade pizza, right? And we did homemade pizza sauce this time. So we're basically winning. Yes, yes. Don't forget to click the first link in the description below. Head to largefamilytable.com/community. Join my exclusive membership community that's over 5 years running. I have original members that joined in January 2020, and they just love it so much. You get 2 new exclusive video experiences with me every month. You get Ninja Mom expert teaching each month. You get chatty live call. You get included paid product. You get the exclusive membership community, lots of community games and behind the scenes and so much more. Plus, you instantly unlock my over 5-year exclusive content vault that has over 85 Ninja Mom expert videos, over 80 included paid products, over 140 exclusive cooking and life adventure videos with me, myself, and I, also over 76 chatty live call replays, and over 100 pieces of bonus content. So much goodness for only $14.97 a month when you join for a limited time. I'll see you real soon with another brand new video, and we will be on to more cooking adventures. Bye-bye.